Yeah, we'll see what 33 does with it. I mean, definitely, for as far as I can remember, this is a hero that 33, he's loved to pull this out all over the, the different teams that he's been on, different positions. This is a very 33 hero, not just only in the pro games, of course, in his pubs as well. There's been patches where you'll find him playing this hero. So if anyone's going to know how to play it in this day and age, 33 is definitely going to be one of the men to look towards.
Yeah, he's the micro guy.
He was able to pull out.
He likes playing those heroes.
And then, I mean, look at some of these other matchups. I mean, we sort of heard the panel discuss it, talking about how things are going to play out with the Bristle and the Sven. I mean, do you sort of look at this Bristle and say that this game is going to be a match where Boxy is going to become unkillable, or do you consider some of the heroes in Mudgolem to be pretty good at dealing with the Bristle?
I think the Sven can get to a point, but I do think that what Liquid wants to do is try to apply the pressure. I think that they want to play pretty aggro, and the way that I've seen them play with the Bristleback is exactly that. Like, they always go for the goo very early, they go for the Quill, and they just try to get these kills non-stop here. And I mean, I think they're actually going to get fodder here.
Yeah, they should have this hit. One more stun will hold him back for those goo stacks, and having the point in the telekinesis to secure the first blood. We'll do exactly that. Tiger's going to be the one to get the last hit, as Liquid will claim first blood. Will be that little bit of a sigh of relief maybe from Skeeter there, as he does know that there's not going to be any Fade Bolt at level 1 against him for the first few waves.
Yeah, they still have a very strong lane with the Enchantress down there. You see the idea that Liquid wanted to have. This is exactly what they wanted. They wanted to have like some kill, some like just messing up the lanes and just getting the read first, so that they can block the camp and just make sure that this Enchantress doesn't get creeps. So they get up Boxy to set up to a very nicely set up start here.
Looking at the mid lane match, I mean, what would you sort of expect between this Invoker and the Storm? I mean, I feel like the Storm's just going to get a little bit more out of the laning stage, right? Pushing it in, utilizing the camps. I mean, Boromir, what sort of game is he looking to play as the Invoker this time? Is he going to be moving around the map, getting like the Urn, the Vessel? Like, what's his job this game?
Yeah, it looks really nice. I don't know if he commits ever for the full Vessel anymore. I think the Urn still always has its merits, but you're playing versus CK and Bristleback. Like, Quaswex has so much value here. These heroes just, they struggle. They do struggle with mana at times. Bristleback usually can end up finding things to work with it, but CK is a hero that always is going to struggle with mana.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of plays Boromir is going to be able to find, and of course down the line as well, just having the buff up for the Sven. Yeah. That Alacrity is going to do some great job.
I do want to see him...
sort of the later parts.
I do want to see him get active, though, like you were saying, pretty early, because I like what QO was pointing out on the panel. It does feel like Liquid is a bit greedy with this one here. It does feel like, CK, Storm, these heroes, they do need a little bit of items to be able to make those same type of rotations. I do think that the Invoker can really set up his lanes for success. Great setup for the Lina and the Visage top, so...
D9.
Trying to do their best here at the moment. Milan and 33 to keep Miko pushed away. Of course, we'll have that Chaos Strike to rely on a little bit. Obviously not what it once was with the guaranteed procs. Towards the top again. It's Milan and Tiger keeping one another away from the wave. As 33 is going to have it coming into a pretty good position close towards his tower. Managed to make the small pull though, Tiger, so that wave actually almost totally taken away from him. As Milan, he's going to be able to find the courier. Doesn't go for it. He's actually just going to try for the kill. Tiger's getting very, very low here. A couple of hits away, but he's fine. Steps back, has the salve. He's good to go.
So hard to trade versus Alina. Phoenix, not the best trader in general. Sure, with your Fire Spirits it's decent, but Lina's literally the counter to you with that Fiery Soul. As you see, he skills it even at level 2. Ninghe does connect with that EMP on quick for mid.
Down bottom. How's the pressure looking on Skeeter early on? Well, yeah, not really there. As you said, the Enchantress just able to offer enough for Skeeter in the lanes, having the extra help and the aggressive potential to really punch back at Boxy. You see Boxy again. Anytime he steps forward, a hefty bit of damage thrown out between the two of them. I'm going to try and finish this off as well, chasing Boxy down.
They got him.
They'll do it. That is the Pioneer Fighter definitely showing us how strong the Ench can be in the lane against the Bristle on the early levels. So it's just a great amount of damage harassed from that impetus.
Even when you don't have a side pull or anything like that, no creep. Insane has been body blocking it every single time. They just hit him a bunch. That's Enchantress just does a lot of damage, and that slow is something you can never write off. Runes checked. see Milan goes top, make sure that Koikfa doesn't get that one as the Invoker checks bottom. Nicely set up there from Mudgolems, as I'm going to say the wrong name of this team so many times.
Wait, what do you mean the wrong net? How? It's literally a mud golem. What do you mean?
I know it's a mud, but like it's always when they don't have anything in front of their names. I have A mode, Boraninghe, and then I have AAA, Fada, and Crazy Skitter. You know.
Yeah, that is true. They've got a few different tags on them. Down bottom, Boxy. Again, this time Insania is going to stick a little closer to make sure that Boxy doesn't go down yet again in this lane. Of course, once the levels do start to come in, it's going to be a lot harder for them to deal with the Bristle. So top lane.
Oh, look at it. Certainly rotation.
The chase here with that light strike, and now with the follow-up, they might even be able to get the two of them. They do. Soul Assumptions there from 33. Very nice moves. I mean, again, just the setup from the light strike, Milena having that reach with the stun, and as you say, just that a move that it didn't seem like Liquid were prepared for at all. They weren't ready for that on the top lane.
No, it seemed like they were almost going to get the kills even without the Boraninghe rotation. He just,
yeah,
was
he
like,
just turned up and was like, yeah, all right, I'm helping. Very nicely done there. As already early days, 5 minutes in, but it is a 1k lead and 3-1 here from Mudgolems. Very solid start against Liquid.
Yeah, I think whenever you can have like a hero like a Visage Lina lane work like this up top, it's very damn good. Sherry versus not the strongest lane, you know, it is a Phoenix CK, so it's kind of weak in some ways. You know, Phoenix can't really provide that type of real 5-position support there for a CK, but yeah, they're doing pretty good.
I mean, Boxy, he might just die here, Fada.
No,
Impetus. Oh, it's close. Not quite enough though. But again, Fada's just doing so much again, taking that Harpy, using the harass for the lightning. I mean, Boxy's just taking so much damage, and he's now sitting in this lane without any regen, so he has to be careful. He's got the bottle coming out in the courier, so has managed to farm that up. So the bottle will be there for him, allowing that extra bit of heal and sustain to stay in this lane. But still, yeah, definitely not an easy time for him. He's still getting the farm. You know, Boxy's CS still great down here, but definitely no slowdown on the farming of this Sven. Skeeter's had a pretty open start down here.
Yeah, and I mean, Boxy, he still has to be very careful of just dying over and over again every time he steps up. And Sanya is in the area this time. But yeah, now that Fada is able to access those creeps, every single time he's just able to push them away and just get that Sven, that farm. Even gets a nice little D-ward. We did see Koikfa, he was able to find himself a regen rune, so this could be the big thing that he's able to make work if he wants to help out his side lanes at all. He can farm with this one and then, of course, regen and TP to the side.
This time round, Liquid will be the ones to win the trade here. Boxy getting incredibly low.
Still close.
Won't quite fall this time. Does still have to make the walk back to base though, so sure you get the kill on the Enchantress, but it's still a lot of time where Boxy's going to miss out a wave or so.
Yeah, Skitter's still very happy. Even when the Enchantress has died, now he's getting solo XP, he's already up to 6, so all's good in Sven world right now. Except that I don't think that he has any stats. I know he has like 1 or 2 actually. They do have a hard camp stack up on that left side for him later on.
Yeah, nice little triple stack at least. Yeah, for him mid lane. Trying to set up on the Koikfa with the cold snap, but not enough lockdown to keep him held in place. Also the TP over from Tiger in case Fada and Morania try to push any further. In fact, Koikfa, he's going to look for the opportunity to turn, zip straight in onto Fada. We'll be able to blow up the Enchantress. The raindrop not enough to save Fada in that situation. It's 33. Sees if they can maybe go for Tiger, but the dive's available. Tiger's up to the high ground and he's away.
They really want to go for this tower here. Like just bringing these 3 heroes, just showing their faces.
Waiting for the 8-minute rune as well, making sure that Koikfa doesn't get his hands on it, and they'll be able to do so again. So for a second time, Koikfa just not able to find that bottle refill with the control that Mudgolem have maintained around the river. Senia's going to be here as well for the preparation for this push, but as it is, you know, Mudgolems, they've started to split back up, and they're focusing elsewhere once again.
I was going to say, they can't. I don't feel like they can push the issue so much to try to go for this mid tower. You don't want to give Mickey a free farm, and you want to get level 6. Like Visage, you become a completely different hero when you get that level 6. So, yeah, 33 needs to move back up toward top. Get that finished up so they can continue applying pressure. Because Liquid, you know, they're fine with this. They're just sitting back and farming. Koikfa, he's a Storm Spirit. This is the best moment in the game for him right now, is where it's just slow, no pressure being applied. He's able to just jungle with his whole mana pool.
Yeah, well, when you sort of look at the cores from both teams, would you just sort of consider this a game where if it does fall back to AFK farming, Liquid's lineup's going to fare better as the game goes on?
Yeah, I would say that, yeah. Just because like the Phoenix applies and gives so much extra team fight, they just have all these little extra elements that really does bring it all together. Mudgolem still does have strong, you know, with the Sven and the Invoker and all that, but it's just a little bit more difficult to land those.
We're going to see Skeeter head over
break things.
and clean up these stacks. It's going to put him... Should be pretty close then to having the Midas done.
Yeah.
So on track to get a very good timing. Nice alignment to be found there as well. Broom handle for the Sven.
He's got a double stack too. 33 saps the experience, so now he's 6. He was a little bit scared of going top when Storm is off the map. This is the other thing that happens too. It's like Koifa, he's jungling this whole time, but it's actually like this pressure that he applies because he's just not showing himself. You know he's jungling, but you don't know what mana pool is. You don't know anything.
And bottom, Fada. Try and come into the lane for a bit of XP, but of course still at the level he is. Not much at all he could do to help himself against these two running him down.
Yep, we see Taiga is trying to set up some stacks there for the Bristle. It is blocked already, though, by Mudgolems. But both sides are taking their boxes.
Top lane, 33 in Milan. That looks like they're going to get away with this tier 1 tower. I mean, no indication of Liquid to try and bring in any sort of defense. It's the same to be said down bottom boxy, getting the space as well to put that pressure on. Still, Liquid just keeping Tiger sat behind Quakefer, making sure that he's going to be okay if he does get jumped on. Still relatively hard for Mudgolem's lineup to ever jump the Storm. And in terms of instant knockdown, it's going to be a light strike array coming out from out of vision. But other than that, Quakefer, it is a pretty good Storm game, right?
Yeah, he just has to watch himself for like the little cold snap because it's instant. That little instant stun can always mess you up in some ways, but as long as he avoids those, he should have some clear gaming. And he's, like I said, he's just able to free farm. He's going to have Orchid at a very good timing, so he's going to be able to play around and maybe just kill the Invoker before he gets anything off in a lot of situations because of this farm. So I do feel like Liquid is very happy with this slowdown here, with just the slow game, because Mick is also going for the Midas. They're reading the game.
Yeah, and at this rate, Quakefer's going to have this window where his Orchid is going to be complete, but of course, Borneo's Yule's Scepter is still going to be a 1,000 or so gold away, so definitely expect to see Quakefer try and get active immediately on completion of that Orchid purchase.
Yeah, something we talked about a little bit earlier was like how Q was saying, the Liquid side is a bit greedy, so whenever this kind of happens, like they're fine. Everyone just sits back, farms. You're playing versus a Sven who you know is going to have to farm also. Invoker, he went cost Wex, so it's just a bit of a difference. It's not like you're dealing with this like crazy cataclysm that's going to come. He's 0-0-1. He's now looking to try to get a bit more involved, but has to cancel his TP anyway because they weren't going to get that kill. And there's the Orchid. 11 minutes, 55 seconds.
All right. So, as I say, when you're going this sort of build on the Storm, this is where you immediately look to start to put it into action, right? You don't stick to the jungle. Quakefer is now, he's checking for any available opportunity to get in there.
100%. Go smoke with your 2 supports. I think your cores are not the safest. Our boxy's a bit low, so yeah, just go smoke with them. Yeah. And bottom is not a safe place to smoke because there's nothing to get down there. There's no one with them. They have a ward, but they want to smoke to one of their heroes, so they're going to smoke top to maybe secure this area.
And who would you say sort of the dream catches? Which of these cores could you hurt the most by catching at this stage of the game?
Dream would be Skitter, but he shouldn't be in a position to get caught. He's going to be in the triangle. They know that. They're just going to try to catch whatever they catch. But, yep, Milan, Invis, able to break that smoke.
Yeah, very nice positioning there from Milan. Total stop put to that play. As now Quakefer has to clear the wave. They'll know that Orc is down Storm. I mean, already they seem very prepared for those sort of movements from Liquid. You can now imagine that Mudgolem's going to be very careful and very prepared for Liquid trying to make these sort of plays this early.
Yep. We see Fada goes on he uses a smoke, not to fight, not to anything like that. He just smokes to ward. So he blocks the Ancient and puts down a Vision ward. So we can see, and I think all the people watching at home can tell that this one's going to be a little bit of a slow one. But I think it's going to pick up pretty big around that 20-minute mark, Once they get that one item after the Midas on the 2 cores, I think they're going to start actually running at each other. I hope.
Yeah, and we're like 33 as his first one done. I mean, he's stockpiling gold right now. 2,500 gold on the Visage.
Yeah, I mean, he had the Veil,
but the Orchid.
He switched because I think he just realized, he's like, okay, I could go for an item that actually influences the game more. Orchid versus that Storm, no way to remove it.
Yeah, exactly. I think, yeah, that's got to be the big thing, right? When you do see that the Storm has rushed the complete Orchid, you know that he is going to have that vulnerability, nothing to protect himself, and no teammates to do so as well. No real saves on Liquid's lineup. So Quakefer, as you said, if he does get caught out by Cold Snap into a silence, he's probably going to die in each of these fights. Going to find a pick off, starts things with a quick sip over towards Milan. Milan actually doesn't quite fall. He's got enough HP to live through it all, and it's actually Liquid that they have to start backing away. They are just unable to burst through the Lina.
The squishy Lina, they couldn't even bring her down because they're just afraid. It's that area, you know, they're very, very reluctant to actually full commit there. Those are like half committals because they don't know, you know, they just might pop out from the high ground. Boxy continuing to pressure bottom. But yeah, very fun game.
Got to be a little bit frustrating for Quake, right? You know, you get this good Orchid timing, you're looking, you're trying to find something, but you just can't quite find it quite yet. As mudgolems just seem to be very prepared for it. They're going to come out with a smoke themselves, mudgolems, as they move over.
Okay.
See who they can find. Quake from Boxy inside mudgolems jungle right now.
Going for the
deep sweep.
They got the bounties. They're going to get at least 3 of them here, it looks like. Might even be able to catch someone off guard here. Boxy.
They're going to get 4 bounties.
They're actually going to get 4.
They're going to get all 4 bounties. Liquid just, they weren't looking at the timer. They didn't check the time.
Quakefer.
Cold Snap. He's able to get the first sip off to the side, and that'll be enough to make it away. Didn't quite get the hit in after the Cold Snap in time, so Quakefer's free to escape. See up top. Gets onto Tiger. They do manage to burst out Fata. 33 won't quite get Tiger, but yeah, Fata, being where he was a little deep on enemy territory, he almost knew that his death was imminent.
He's just warding. That's literally all that's happened this game. Fata's just smoking to go put some wards down. He got another good vision ward down. They do have the sentry in range of it if they are aware that it's on the high ground there, but it doesn't seem like they are. So he's just giving them information. He's just messing with the triangle. He keeps blocking the Ancients. So they're actually denying a lot of farm from Team Liquid because of that. Even though he's dying as an Enchantress, it's a 5-position Enchantress that doesn't give a lot.
You're totally fine with that. See Liquid getting a bit more active now as they do start to show their head in the mid lane.
They've acquired some items, Boxy, Vanguard, and a plate mail. He's feeling pretty strong now to front line.
Let's see what mudgolems can do to push them off this tower as they do turn up themselves with the full 5-man response. The side, trying to start things. EMP down to zone them out.
He whiffs it though.
But a step to the side. Boxy now trying to move straight back in. Tiger's going to go in for the dive. Follows it up with the egg. They're starting to back away from it. Fata will be grabbed and pulled back in range of the Supernova. So Fata goes down. The rest of them able to still keep themselves safe to the side. Skeeter throwing in the stuns. Doesn't want to commit with the ult. As Liquid will get the space to take down the tier 1 tower. It's just at the moment, it seems, as with the full lineup, Liquid able to get away with just brute forcing these objectives, and mudgolems not quite having the team fight ready to go to tackle them head on.
That egg is always going to be a big issue in this game, I feel. They have the tools to kill it, you know, with that Lina, with that Great Shield and everything, and people who can actually focus fire it, but I really do feel like it's going to cause so many problems because they don't have that big team fight to kind of match it at all on their team. They have to have, I mean, Borneo just can't whiff his spells is one of the big things there too. He missed both the Tornado and the EMP there, so. And we're seeing Boxy is a true frontliner, and he's going to be getting that big item that counters the Sven, that Aghanims that he's kind of expecting that'll eventually happen. He's going straight for Lotus Orb, so it's always going to be good versus Skitter. He's going to neglect to go for the Aghanims first, though. He's just going to go BKB.
Yeah, I mean, it's a necessity, and as you say, it's exactly that point, right? Yeah. He does go the Aghs, and suddenly he's got to be very careful about how he's charging around the team fight, so has to go for the safer route with his item build.
Yeah, doesn't want to get kited too much either. There's a lot he has to deal with still. Lots of magic damage and control coming from that Team Liquid side. Quakefer farming aggressively here. They spot him, but
it's just a hard to catch. Control.
33 is charging with his Orchid. He has a haste.
Oh, if they can get the Cold Snap set up, maybe they can do it. It's going to buy time with the Yule to get 33 in position. Silence is there to follow it up. They're healing him up with the Sunray, but not enough to outdo the damage coming out from the 3 members of Mudgolems, as they finally are able to kill Quakefer here for the first time this game.
I can't believe he stayed and went to go hit that camp. He has a ward. He saw the Visage literally just beeline through the creep wave, through everything with a haste, and then he goes to hit the camp. That was so greedy. I was so greedy.
Oh, Quakefer, what's he doing? He's not looking at the map.
Maybe he didn't see that he had an Orchid. Maybe he expected a different type of item, so he's like, oh, whatever.
He's had that, well, he
yeah.
did say fully up for it, though, so I'm not too sure how long he's maybe had it purchased, but I mean, you're right.
He did have a ward, so he could have clicked, so yeah. Just got caught being greedy.
Fada, he'll be the one left behind here as mudgolems do start to retreat from Liquid's triangle. And retreat they will. They get everyone else out of there. Again, another scenario where Fada is the one. In fact, worth pointing out, of course, one of those beautiful games where Fada is literally.
He's all the deaths.
He's literally the only one that's died on mudgolems lineup. 7 deaths on Fada. I mean, this is he couldn't be playing it more perfect, right? This is what you do as a position 5. You die for your team.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't know, right? Like, he's not giving up a lot. It's like 200
He's
gold
not giving
here,
up a lot,
150 gold
yeah.
here. Blocks 3 ancient camps because he gives up 150 gold.
Yeah.
You know, like very close game though. Very quiet, very like slow too. I mean, I feel like a lot of the games
who is going to be feeling more comfortable with the peacefulness of this? Well, which of these teams is more like,
I feel like
oh, this is great, we're just farming?
I feel like for Liquid.
See around the bounty runes. This time around, Liquid will get themselves involved, get a couple. Skitter's actually going to pop the God Strength, but now out of mana, so very hard for him to fight with this. Rogers Midas and BKB ready to go. Does turn around and indeed make sure that he does use that Midas. But God Strength to no avail as there'll be no fight to be taken. Around the pit again, Fada may looking to turn a 7 into an 8. As Boxy, he's not going to commit. Not going to chase the Enchantress any further than he needs to.
Yeah, Liquid's just getting all the time to farm these pretty nice items. Like, sure, the Sven, he's the way to deal with that CK, but they're just getting a lot on all 3 corners. It's just the Sven farming on one side. Yeah, Visage and Invoker are getting a little bit here, but not as much as the side of Liquid. And like we said, they have this X factor where this Phoenix always comes into play, where it's this humongous team fight that you don't have matched on mudgolems. And Taiga, almost level 12, off to a good game.
Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some sort of urgency from mudgolems to find some sort of action. I mean, when you do get this BKB earlier on in the build on the Sven, you would imagine that Skeeter, he does want to try and find opportunities to fight. He's still very strong. He gets into the BKB, this level 2 God Strength. Does a lot of damage. But yeah, with as low as the action has been this game, there just hasn't really been those opportunities handed to mudgolems where Liquid sort of overstayed their welcome on a push. Sven's able to TP in, turn things around. It just hasn't happened. It's just been the creeps for Skeeter. There's not been any kills.
Yeah, it's just been an insanely farm-heavy game, right? Like 216 last hits on a CK and a Sven. The CK has the same last hits as the Sven. That's pretty surprising. The other two is 196 last hits on Storm,
that is pretty
on
insane.
Bristle.
I mean, I guess
very farm.
That's just Mickey doing Mickey things.
Yeah, very farm-oriented game. Liquid, they have the one on the high ground. Smoke breaks.
Skeeter, he's going to have a run away from this, but the telekinesis is upon him. Mickey over towards the side, takes out Fada straight away. Skeeter turns to the BKB in the God Strength. He's trying to go in over towards Mickey. Mickey starting to fall low, backs up. Skeeter's going to go for the TP out with the remainder of his BKB. Will manage to make it away, but this, of course, is going to mean that he's going to lose many a teammate. As the Lina will fall, they'll catch 33 as well before he's able to TP out. And off the back of those 3 kills, Liquid can go straight into the pit. And this Roshan, it will be theirs. And now with a 4K lead, I think we are really starting to see, as you said, the fact that during this passiveness, Liquid, they just have the lineup that's going to benefit that little bit more. A team fight win and a Roshan. Now the game just suddenly looks rough for mudgolems.
Tornado. They can't even get the last hit there. Yeah, it's just feeling like Liquid has every tool they need here. It's so hard for them to catch these squishy heroes because Liquid has these bruisers in the front. This Bristle and the CK are just sitting there. So Sven can't actually get onto any of these squishy heroes, and then Taiga just gets a free chance to commit his egg. And it really is all because of those wards that they had up on the high ground. Smoke breaks, they know how to position themselves in the fight perfectly. And now Mickey has a BKB.
Yeah.
Pretty much done.
So even without the BKB, the Sven's damage output alone, not enough to deal with this tanky CK. 2700 HP, having the halberd as well, that extra evasion and disarm. This is not an easy target to kill, and that's not the hardest target to kill on the team. There's also a Storm zip zapping around everywhere, and then of course Boxy he's a bristleback. So it really does feel like there's 3 cores in this game for Liquid that unless mudgolems commit everything onto one of them, they're just not going to kill. Even at this stage where, you know, we're still just 23 minutes into the game, it's just the matchups, they just feel kind of awkward for mudgolems at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you have a Quad Swex Invoker and he's 0-0-2 at 24 minutes in, it's a rough sign. This hero wants to be getting much more active when you go for this type of build here. Especially when you have a hero like Sven on your team too. You want to be making the space for him, just letting him do his own thing and farming. Sure, he's getting the space, he's still farming, but they're not getting, you know, the Invoker's not getting much out of anything. No. He doesn't have heroes to play with because he has a Visage as his offlaner. He has to make rotations he just can't make rotations.
I mean, because that is the thing. When you look at this net worth right now, you see both Boromir and 33 falling behind. That gap is not going to close when it comes to hitting creeps. You know, Storm, Bristle, CK, they're going to stay far, far ahead. So it has to be from the kills. It has to be from the plays. Mudgolems, they've got to make some sort of move. If they don't, they're just going to continue to fall further and further behind in this game.
Yeah, I totally agree. Fights just will continue to get harder too. Foxy flexes stun at Skeeter.
Lamb. Give a stun onto Mikke. Mikke charging in up to the high ground. Koifa, he's going to zip straight through. Does get silenced. Cold snap as well. Koifa, he may have overextended. That's the Aegis gone. May have just been a bit of a bait. We'll see what he can clean up with his second life as they take down 33. The Supernova comes out. They have to stun immediately onto Koifa. They're actually taking down the egg as well. Look at a second. They've already taken down 2 of them. Can they find anything more? The light strike is there on a Mikke. Skeeter's in with the God Strike. They take out the CK. And now Foxy and Insania, they're the last 2 left. They're kiting up the Bristle. They get in position. They take him out. As just like that, a perfect response there from Mudgolems. As Liquid, I guess the overconfidence was there. I mean, Koifa, he goes in. I think that first loss of his life, you know, that was part of the plan for Liquid. As we see as well, Insania is trying his best to outplay the 2 of them, but he cannot do so. He's going to fall as a team wipe. As they made the call, Koifa goes in, and then it does not go to plan at all for Liquid. They get wiped from.
I think this was the time where he played it's just too much aggression. He didn't let his frontliners be the frontliner. He actually was the frontliner as a Storm Spirit this time. So he jumps in past his CK and his Bristle can't get to him, and we see exactly what happens. He respawns right into a stun, and even though the egg is there, it's right next to Alina who just used everything, and all the rest of the heroes are in a good position to actually just hit that egg. That's literally like the perfect situation there for Mudgolems to turn that one around, because Koifa just overcommits there. Just plays way too greedy.
Yeah, definitely a rough play there from Liquid, I mean, without a doubt. And definitely a bit of a saving grace there for Mudgolems. You know, as we said, that the pressure was on them to make a play, to make a move. And then Liquid, it's sort of the style we've seen Liquid do it before. They just hand it to them. They're like, oh, you're in trouble there. Here, have a team fight.
Yep, and it gives a full solo crest to Boromir here. So he was level 15 with just a Yules and an Urn. Now he's all the way up to this. I mean, now he has high-level Alacrity with Exort too, so he can throw it onto the Sven with the Solar Crest. Now Skater's damage is gonna look much, much stronger.
I mean, you know, Liquid's still holding the lead overall, but I mean, one more fight like that the Sven's able to live through, and you know, suddenly Skater is going to be an item or 2 ahead over any of the cores on the side of Liquid, and then yeah, he's a real problem. Then it is going to get to the stage where Skeeter in these fights is going to have the damage to just take out these beefier heroes. So Liquid's got to be very careful about making those sort of moves. One more move of that, and that's going to set the playing field straight again. Yeah,
I think if they just stick to their game plan that they were doing before, just like kind of play this farmy style, just let the CK and Bristle lead the charges, they're still fine. They're still in a pretty comfortable spot with this 3K lead. It's still a good lineup versus the Sven. Just like you said, can't make another one of those big mistakes, because then the Sven, he gets another full item on top, and then his damage is just, it's actually there. With the buffed up Invoker throwing everything on him.
And what sort of way do you think Skeeter will go? I mean, he's going to get the Ags, obviously, but then after that, what is sort of the... Is there any sort of big item? Does he still go for like a Silver Edge, or is that not a necessity, really? Is there other things that are going to be better in his kit?
Why not? He's got the Echo anyway.
Yeah, you just upgrade that next.
I think it just feels really good. You're playing versus the Bristle anyway.
Yep.
You can break the Chaos Strike too, you know. I mean, it has its merits. It's just a good item in general too. Just put the weave in and out of the fights and get positioning, so could definitely see him go for that later on.
I'm interested to see what the play is going to be from mudgolems now. Is it, do they still go, right, we are behind, we're not going to keep up in farm, we've got to find kills, or do you think they sort of cross their fingers and say, hey, look, Liquid, they brought one fight to us, let's sort of hope that they do that again, and not, to try and throw things away, getting too aggressive ourselves.
It does look like they just want to. It looked like both teams were content with playing the farm game from the beginning of this game. So
yeah.
I think they're fine with it. I think they're just chilling. They're just like, all right, this is gonna be a game of mistakes. Whoever makes
pretty much
a couple less is probably gonna win this one.
30 minutes in, 9-12. Definitely, one of the lower amount of kills you're seeing some of these games this patch. Definitely gearing up to be one of those games where, for side of mudgolems, you're looking towards this Sven. Everything's going to be on Skeeter's shoulders. They've got great ways to buff him. Lots of stuns as well to control the heroes of Liquid, while Skeeter's going to try and jump from target to target in the team fights. And Liquid on their side, a much more well-balanced affair between their three cores.
Oh, bounty. Maybe a fight around the bounty here. Boxy, he's going front.
So try and start things a little bit.
Not even a battle. They just look at. Come on, guys. Like, everyone's just trying to be so efficient in this game.
I mean, I guess for mudgolems there, right? You don't want to commit on the bristle.
No, of course.
Like for them, they don't want to go. But and I guess that's the thing, right? Liquid, especially after that last play, you're absolutely right. They are just going to be like, well, we're just going to farm, and we're going to see mudgolems try and shake that up a little bit as they come in with the smoke and are ready to start to try and catch someone from Liquid off guard in the jungle. At the moment up here, we have Insania and Boxy in the lane. See what they can grab, though. Already Insania's out with a blink. They're not going to be able to find him. He's out and away. Boxy at a very safe distance. Doesn't look like the smoke is going to find mudgolems anything for now.
It looks like they're knowing, though. They're like, these guys are just splitting up on the entire map. Like, there's a Phoenix showing in bottom lane. There's a Bristleback showing in top, and then we got a glimpse of somebody else near the mid lane. So they're trying to capitalize on the Liquid's all just split up. And now they got a good ward down, too. So they're watching Boxy. And all the time during this, they're pinging Taiga. They know that the Phoenix is down bottom.
AC done. McKay, Bloodstone for Quakefoot, some big items complete. Boxy starting to have a poke at mudgolems as they show themselves, and all Milan. Left behind it. Tried to approach from a different angle, but approaching from the top side did mean that he was in a completely isolated position. And that will be a nice start to the Bloodstone charges for Quakefoot.
Oh, nice. You had it before that one? Or?
Yeah. I think so, right? It's up to 15. Start.
Yep. That is definitely pretty huge. I was wondering if he was going to go Ags early this game because he's playing with a Phoenix. So like
I was thinking that as well. It would be nice.
Plus it, and he's got the talent that I see everybody take now too. So he's not opting for it yet. He's got the BKB queued, but I think in time he'll get
after the BKB for sure.
It's so strong,
I would be very surprised if he doesn't get the Ags after the BKB because you're right. It's such a good setup with the Phoenix. Boxy going for the Abyssal. Have that extra setup and lockdown.
Yep. BKB piercing disable.
And we'll see Skeeter actually he's not going to go for the upgrade for the Silver Edge for now. Just queuing up the Satanic.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have lifesteal. Look at that. That's probably pretty decent.
Yeah, no Paladins this game for him either.
Yeah.
We'll just have to say. I mean, as a Sven, what do you normally prefer? Do you prefer the Paladins or the Titan Sliver?
It's just a game.
What were you hoping to find?
I think for me it just depends on the game. It's like if they have a lot of stuns and stuff that you're actually concerned about, yeah, but
that's true.
Otherwise, it's just like you don't really care too much for the Titan Sliver. It's also like magic resist too, so if they have a lot of burst, the Titan Sliver's better in some situations. Liquid, just like we said, just farming. They're fine with this. They want to take it to late game. They know that Sven's BKB is going to start ticking out, and it's just a Sven, like in a way, solo core, I guess you could say. So later progresses, BKB goes down. You're going to double Halberd, eventually Abyssal too, maybe on 2 heroes. So yeah, they're just showing.
Yeah, you can see it in the numbers as well. I mean, anytime there's no fighting happening, you will see Liquid just climb further and further ahead this game.
Yep, and that's with this Phoenix now level 18. He's also got his own Lotus Orb in a second too. So like we said, this X factor of team fight is just getting stronger and stronger. Like we said, they do have ways to kill the egg, but still causes quite problems. Compared to, like, let's say, like a Lina. I always just compare like those fours in some situations. Like a Lina compared to a Phoenix in these situations in this game. It's going to be leap and bounds the difference in the big fights. They're going to smoke, though.
I mean, they need to. They've got to find some action. Mudgolems. They know that they're falling just behind.
Phantasm every CD.
Oh, I mean, this would be a dream kill, but not a kill that they're going to get. As Mickey pops the BKB, and the whole play's put to an end. I mean, it is hard. It's very hard for Mudgolems to start some action. There's multiple ways that Liquid can instantly just put an end to the move that Mudgolems are attempting to make.
Box committed his gold for the Abyssal. So now they have just so many different forms to messing with Skitter. He pops BKB, he can just, you know, if he pops it at the wrong time, he can be halberd during it, get Abyssal right afterwards, and then a Supernova. A lot of different things he has to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, again, I really do think this is just going to be one of those games where Liquid can make this as long as they want it. Just play it cool, no rush for them, for their heroes. At least that's how you'd imagine they feel, and I think from the play that we're seeing, definitely being shown here in this game, Liquid know that they can take this one pretty relaxed and safe. I mean, for the most part, we've seen Liquid just playing on their side of the map. You know, they've got all the camps that they wish to farm. These mass sentries being laid down, making sure that the jungle is secure and unblocked.
He switched it up. Taiga switched from Lotus Orb. He's going Shivas, and also Sven bought the Silver Edge.
He did. Okay.
They got a Vlad's on Fada, so I think that was what he's like. Okay, you have lifesteal. Go for the Silver Edge so we can actually kill these frontliners. Otherwise, they can't kill the Bristle.
That's a good call. I mean, that's definitely a good call. Yeah, the Silver Edge it just effectively makes that much of a difference, of course, with the break on the Bristle. The damage
they can actually get boxy in some situations, but he's got a sentry down all in this area, so he's playing safe. Actually, 5 sentries in this area. And we see, like we said, Mickey every single time, because you have the CDR talent, you don't care. Pop your ult off CD, 64-second cooldown, push in the waves, get that farm to continue to grow. Yeah, even the Reality Rift Pierce immunity too, yeah. More things that the Sven has to worry about. Just pulling him around the fights.
I mean, I think we'll see Mudgolems. They're going to go for the Roshan. Okay. It has been scanned, but Mudgolems will do this very quickly with the AC, the God Strength. They're taking this Roshan down. Liquid, and they're going to have a chance to have a look in on this one. Boxy's starting to step forward, but they'll be able to hold him to the side with the Tornado. Roshan's down. Aegis will be secured by Skeeter. Liquid is still going to try and take the fight. Looks like Fada is again going to be the one offered up to the side of Liquid as he's left behind. The Enchantress will fall. Can Liquid get anything more from this? They'll give themselves one of 33's familiars, but unable by the looks of it to actually close the gap on anyone else. 33 actually able to take down Insania's couriers. Insania was trying to use it to scout out on the front lines. But they're able to do something. They get in, they get Roast, they get the Aegis. I think not for any other reason, but for a lack of having anything else they felt that they could do. But they do get it.
Yeah.
Still though, you see on the gold, even though they get Roast and the Aegis, they're still falling further behind. And Liquid, they've now found themselves in a position to just start pushing in down the mid lane. They know how strong they are right now, and they're not really going to be too scared about this Aegis.
No, and they know that Sven used God Strength to kill the Roche that fast, and I think without God Strength, they have no damage in their lineup. So they know immediately, no God Strength, run around, they have freedom around the whole map. And now Mickey also has a full heart finished. So yeah, they're just getting crazy amounts of farm, and everyone's just getting too tanky.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Taiga even up to 32 armor as he's sitting on that craggy coat plus his Shivas, so.
Oh, what mid lane? They're trying for Boxy. They're trying to make a go on him, but I don't think he cares. He's going to hold his ground, put the Minotaur horns, start to get some dudes sticking out onto the two of them. Now they're going with the zip. They managed to catch out Skeeter. Skeeter's still got the BKB and the Aegis, of course, so no real pressure onto him right now. He's actually going to try and commit. Pops the God Strength, goes straight across over towards Boxy. Do they have the damage? They've got the control of the light strike rate. Boxy getting low. Boxy jumps over the fight with the pistol. He's still alive. The Laguna comes out. It's not enough to kill him. Boxy will live. Still surviving to the side. Finally, they find him, but it's cost them the first life for the Sven. Now, him down the once. There's going to be a buyback from Fada. He knows that he needs to come over to try and help Skeeter, but can he even get there in time? Skeeter just getting locked down by Mickey, Tiger, Insania, and Quakefer as this Sven. They haven't got detection! they haven't got detection!
Dust is on cooldown. Dust on cooldown.
Oh, they haven't got detection. Skeeter actually able to live. He's able to walk away from Liquid. Still, good things to have happened there for Liquid for sure. They did lose Boxy, but the lead does continue to grow for them, and unlikely that the mudgolems will be able to do anything with this 50 seconds that the Bristle is dead. But definitely a bit of a missed opportunity they couldn't capitalize on taking out the Sven.
Aegis and Cheese fight, and you can't take the fight at all. You literally can only, you have to blow everything in the kitchen. You have to throw everything at him. Everything in the kitchen, sit onto this Bristle back to finish him off, and he almost survives during all of it anyway. I think that's really starting to show what we're going to see in majority of these fights. The damage is just, it's just not there. They have too strong of frontliners. The only way that mudgolems can do this is if they somehow can catch these backliners and then just make it so that they're outnumbering in these fights. But it really doesn't feel like it. Like Taiga, he's just waiting. You see how hesitant he was in that fight? Just sat in the back, waited until it looked pretty decent, and then he jumps in, and it's a crescendo.
Yeah, I mean, and he can do so. You know, it's not like his efforts are needed on the initiation. He can just be the insurance policy. Is mid lane. Quick catch onto the Invoker. Borony is out. Down by 80 seconds. Does have buyback. But hard to really see that changing the state of this game, especially with Poikva now hitting the 25 and also having the completed Aghanim. So a huge power spike for the Storm yet again.
Yeah. That's going to be real nice for them, I believe. I think Insania also got it too, right? Yeah, so Insania and Koifa both have Ags. Everyone just on their team just finishing up much bigger items. Just one plus item pretty much, it seems. There are 2 plus items on the side of mudgolems. Trying to force the buyback. Yeah, it's 4,600 HP CK. And he also has the Spell Prism given to him, so Phantasm has a 50-second cooldown.
Think of the Midas cooldown. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
61-second cooldown on that.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I mean, it really does seem like they just can't stop them.
Yeah.
This game has slowly but surely headed further and further in Liquid's advantage. They won't stick around for the Ratch yet. I'm going to see Skeeter try and go in onto the Bristle. But able to make it away there as he is glimmered, and of course puts a stop to that attempt from Skeeter with the Storm Hammer.
I mean, back up for 20 seconds and then re-go on the side of Liquid. If you know Godstrength's not going to be there. Just wait it out for another like 10-15 seconds altogether, and then smoke yourselves. Yeah, exactly. They're going to do it. They can even, I think they can even just like jump into the base and look for them here at this point, because there's just no damage once this Godstrength is gone.
Dire are scanning.
See what they can get. I mean, this is a little spooky for mudgolems. Liquid, they're going to make the quick jump. Go for fighter first. Same time, Poikva's going to zip straight towards the back lines. The BKB and the TP out is there from 33. As Borony is going to be left behind. Silence comes out from Poikva. Will continue to control him. The BKB now popped. He's out with the Ghost Walk. Borony will make it away, but again, it's just these constant situations where it is just mudgolems running away from Liquid.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Never really being able to fight them. I mean, at this point, they're down 21,000 gold. Close to that as well in terms of XP as well.
They're trying desperately to find any type of kills when heroes split up. You see Skitter, he actually just silver edges all the way to Insania, but yeah, Insania nukes the wave out and does a quick blink back, and he'll be okay. And now his team is going to go start to join him. Quite for finding himself a DD too. And yeah, they're looking for the fight now, again, as they should be every single time. Long zip.
Quite fun. His never actually knows the BKB is still on cooldown for Borony. See, BKBing himself there. As Insania, he's actually diving in further. He's going to turn. Insania will die for this.
Okay.
That's something for mudgolems.
Sorry, Insania. Your Stormhammer does not dispel the Yules.
And hang up. Tiger. Put up with the stun. Poikva's going to zip across straight away, looking towards the Invoker. Borony getting low, but he saves himself with the self-heal. 33. Put the BKB. Borony turns, pushing the back with the Deafening Blast. Skeeter goes straight for the BKB, trying to find a target. Does manage to get himself over towards Koifa. Koifa in trouble, but he's able to zip out just in time. Koifa will live. The Sven getting low. Can they get Skeeter out of here? They cannot. Boxy and McKay stay on top of him. Triple kill for McKay. Over to the side. 33 does manage to nuke down Tiger with the soul assumption, but at the cost of his own life, as Liquid will clean up yet again. Another team fight. Liquid continue to push themselves further and further ahead, as they just don't have the tools right now, mudgolems, it seems.
No, they do not. It really just does feel like Sven versus the world, and he just gets controlled super hard. He's just jumping around, trying to stick on these targets, but there's just too much for him to deal with, and really does feel like Liquid. They're probably supposed to put up with it.
Yep, just hitting the tier 4s, ignoring the heroes. They're ready to take this one over towards the game 2. They're ending this game. Second tier 4 to be found. Number buybacks are there. See Liquid give a bit of respect as they put their BKBs and back away. They're happy to play this safe, avoid the potential fight here from these 3 buybacks. Still, Boromir might find a chance to catch one of them. I see a null talisman drop down as a bit of a peace offering there from Quakefire. It won't be accepted, as Foxy will pay.
He was trying to get the gem from him. He was dropping the null to get handed it over, but doesn't have. I don't think he had space for it at the moment. No gem pass off for you, Quakefire. The rest of them will back away though. And yeah, I mean they're at 30k lead. They're just gonna wait for that bristle to come back.
Lead.
Yeah.
I think we just showed us there. The game's not over yet. The game's not over yet. Don't show us. There's still more action to be had here. There's still more action to be had. But it's very close to it. We have now. We've seen some crazy turnarounds in the past. Maybe this could be. Probably won't be, but you never know. There's always a chance in Dota 2.
You know, you never know with Liquid sometimes.
Here we go. Yeah, Liquid coming in with the smoke. This could be a smoke that they end up regretting. You know, who knows? We'll have to find out.
Oh, a courier.
Oh,
it's free piece of the Ags.
Oh, poor old 33.
He walked up into the sentry.
Oh, good buyback. He does not have buyback, so that's a dead.
Did he actually walk up? Wait, I can't believe he walked up there. That was crazy.
I mean, you know, maybe he's just ready to get into game 2. As oh, what? Hang on, they killed Insania. They get the light strike onto Mickey. Skeeter's moving in.
Hold on, 2.
They do get the Axe Vortex onto the 2 of them, but the BKB's out. Not before the Halberd was there onto Skeeter. Skeeter trying to turn over towards Mickey. He's going to look towards Quaker, but the BKB's there. Quaker running away. Silence comes down to Skeeter as the BKB wears off. Again, the Glimmer Cape does give some safety to Skeeter. Actually going to keep him alive. He jumps over with the stun, but another Axe Vortex for Quaker pulls in the 3 of them. 33 and Skeeter are out of the game. No buyback for them available as Quaker will look to clean up, trying to find Milan. Fada is able to get the hit in with the Prince's Knife. Again, another Glimmer Cape, keeping Fada alive. But Milan has been found. Everybody apart from Fada going down on the side of mudgolems as the 3 surviving members of Liquid should be able to close this one out. There we have it. GG is called. Liquid will take this game 1. 47 minutes in. It did go on for a little bit, but you can't help but feel this was sort of Liquid just taking the game at whatever pace they fancied as